fucking piece of shit, bro.
Something that I feel often gets lost in the conversation around Donald Trump is that he's not only destroying our country, he's destroying our planet too. So for me, that is enough to not feel bad when a climate activist defaces the presidential seal at Trump Tower, as we'll see coming up in this breaking clip. Fair warning, if you have pity for billionaires' property over our lives and our planet, this video is not for you, so you should probably go back to eating crayons or whatever you do for fun, maggots. Great, now that they're all back to sniffing glue, welcome back to the rest of y'all. Thanks for being here, thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed and you find yourself enjoying this content, please join our resistance here at Really American by subscribing. It's the freest way to fight fascism, just like the absolute heroes in this video that I have multiple clips of for you, defacing property of Elon Musk and Donald Trump in their continued fight against not only fascism, but climate change that is wreaking havoc on our world and gets talked about less and less these days. I first want to play you the powerful words of this activist who was tagging windows of a Tesla showroom in Manhattan yesterday for Earth Day, then talk briefly about how Trump is trying and yet somehow failing to continue to destroy the climate through his drill baby drill mentality. Watch my man Al Gore throw down and fight back against this stuff as well. And then we'll cap it all off with this brilliant act of civil disobedience. Let's dive in.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. I'm your police liaison. Call me Wolf. Any questions you have, I'm right here to answer for you. Non-violent action.
Why are you being arrested? Why? Yeah.
Because people do not consent to unelected fascists. And this is Earth Day. Earth Day started with direct action. This is what it's about.
Back up.
Taking action because we don't consent, and we have power when we don't consent.
Right, and you can see here, he was clearly not the only person detained here. Other people standing up, fighting back, using their voice, using their power, at whatever cost, right? He's probably going to get fined, he's probably going to get charged, but these people are fighting back for our planet and against fascism, and that to me is commendable. And lest we forget, Joe Biden, right, was the one who kicked off the infrastructure plan that invested in renewable energy and green jobs. And this is all incredibly timely because it was Earth Day and Climate Week up in San Francisco. And you also had Al Gore up there talking and fighting back in this clip right here.
It is abundantly clear after only 3 months and 1 day that the new Trump administration is attempting to do everything it possibly can to try to halt the transition to a clean energy future. If you doubt for one moment ever that we as human beings have the capacity to muster sufficient political will to solve this crisis, just remember that political will is itself a renewable resource.
And y'all, I absolutely love that line. Political will is a renewable resource. And just to touch on what he said there, Donald Trump is going out of his way, or at least trying, to destroy our planet because he is so incompetent he can't even do that right. Remember when he said this?
It's called drill, baby, drill.
To every Republican who has the coal and fuel lobbies fists right up their rectum, though honestly a lot of Democrats do too. Here for context are some damning posts of Trump's results. China really knows how to deal with Trump's tariffs. Is he having a tantrum yet? China cuts purchases of American oil by 90% and then buys from Canada. All those red states that love drill baby drill, how's that working for you? Here you can see in this graph, Chinese purchases of American oil are down 90%, while purchases of Canadian oil are up 700%. That is some big numbies, Trump. That is some Trumpian level numbers there. That's a $20 billion annual loss for the United States at $60 a barrel. Now, for the climate, that really doesn't move the needle all that much, right? Because the oil is getting purchased elsewhere and being used up elsewhere. But where are the maggots screaming, oh, wow, Trump isn't following through on his promise to drill, baby, drill. He's actually ruining your lives and your economies as usual. But they have eaten too many crayons and sniffed too much glue to even notice that that's happening. Fortunately, however, some freedom fighters are well aware of the damage Trump is doing to our planet and our lives, and they are taking action like this breaking clip right here.
What guy's doing that? Hey guys, you gotta leave. What do you gotta leave? Leave? Yeah. Leave this?
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
So unfortunately, I realized that the Sultan of Swing is playing in the background, and I will get copyright stricken if I try to play this full clip. So I'm just going to play you a little bit here of what he says, and I'll kind of go through the clip and show you what's happening.
This is your country. This is your
Everybody's
country.
got back out.
This is
Everybody's
our
got back out.
country.
Everybody's got back out.
So he says, this is your country, this is your country, this is our country, we should all be fighting. And to anyone who is like, oh, why are you damaging property? Like, look, it literally wipes right off. The staff there who Trump probably underpays or doesn't pay overtime, right? They come in and they clean the paint right off. Wow, so damaging, so damaging. What lasting effects this one guy's actions are gonna have. Like, anyone who's comparing those things is just beyond gone. We can't help you. Sure, is he defacing property? Yeah. Is it peaceful? Yes. Did he take a gun to a Trump rally and try to assassinate the guy? No. You guys did that, remember? And this also isn't the only time that Trump's property has been directly damaged as a consequence of his own policies. We made a video about this a couple months ago after he made the Gaza Riviera of the Middle East statements. People went and trashed his golf course in Scotland. Take a look. Yeah, and honestly, to me, that feels like an appropriate level of resistance. But that is where today's story ends, so I'm curious to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts about these types of protests and this type of activism? We've seen a lot of this climate change activism before with the graffiti and stuff all over the world. I forget what the exact name of the organization is, if someone wants to drop it in the comments. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with that kind of stuff? Are you more against it? And does it shift your attitude to see it happening to Trump rather than, public buildings in the UK or pieces of art in art galleries? And I want to bring this to you because I know Trump will try to use this to crack down on dissent, and it's something that you're not going to see covered on the mainstream media or the corporate media, right? I had to find these clips on Twitter, which I hate using, but I have to. And I think these stories are important because it shows there is a growing resistance and we need to fight back and speak up. And if you agree, please join our resistance here. Just drop a like, subscribe, comment so more people can see what is actually happening and that people are fighting back against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. That one was at a Tesla dealership. Thank you all for watching. If you want to save our planet and our country, then by all means, join the resistance so we can bring you more coverage like this. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I'll see you guys in the next one.